We are very thankful for everybody that's taken this journey with us, right?
I am very disappointed that we didn't reach 1 million followers, so Kurt had to get a tattoo. You're in the clear.
Once all the stuff started with the song, the next focus kind of became on that courthouse, which is, it's in a little town I live in, and, somebody was hung there 100 years ago, and that's why we filmed the video. I'm like, you got to be shitting me. Like, if somebody thinks, if somebody thinks that we went back 100 years to look at the history of a building and went, yep, that's where we want to shoot. Like, you're giving me way too much credit.
Yeah. So look, full disclosure, I'm currently Donald Trump's senior advisor for national security and defense, so I have a bias.
Nobody's going to see this.
It's just between us. Yeah. Just between us.
Feel pretty confident about that.
No, it's going out there. I'm telling you. I'm going to tell the boss I did this.
Let's go.
Yes.
We talk about Alabama football. Their next opponent.
Aldean's team. Oh, Georgia, really?
Yeah. Wow.
Do you guys have a working bet?
No, we don't.
Maybe
we'll fix that.
I'm wide. I know it. I'm wide open now that we all work together and we're all on the same team in the music business.
Well, I wore the closest thing I had to Alabama, which is this hat.
That's
today.
like,
you're
that's
right.
like
It is a
maroon.
little-
That's not even.
Yeah, it's a little Alabama.
It's not crimson.
Well, that's
You
all
got
I got.
You got a Florida tag on the front.
That's right.
Yeah, but he wasn't here for the actual bet.
He
When
wasn't.
I wasn't. I
And
saw
you know
it via Instagram.
I know.
But I did text and say, hell, I'm in.
Yeah,
Whatever.
but you didn't really commit to it. It's okay. It's okay.
Neil
I
had
mean,
a
it was
onesie,
more
like
like
a
a
crimson
thinking
onesie
emoji.
picked
Like,
out.
let me think about this. So I didn't commit. I didn't commit you to it.
Well, they'll meet again.
I got what you need, son. Step down in the cellar. He reached through the cobweb as he turned on the light. I said, might be a little dust on the bottle. Don't let it fool you about what's inside.
Oh, we mentioned Colin Kaepernick. Not a fan of that guy. But he might be better than Will Levis.
Oh, boy.
So I am not a football fan.
Okay.
Football, other than the political aspects of football, I am not a football fan. And I work for Outkick, which they're obviously heavily into football and SEC and all that.
You let them have it.
I let them do that because I would sound like Tim Walz if I tried to talk about football, and it would embarrass people. I don't know what that is. I thought a pick six was like lottery tickets, but I would never proclaim that I did. Right? Like I wouldn't.
In my experience, of course, competing against a man, a 6'4" man at that, who by no means looked womanly. Okay,
Right.
This is a man who grew out his hair. Like let's.
Said on
Now,
Rogan wasn't kill me like a 6'4" man in a woman's bathing suit
With a bulge.
With a bulge. He gives a new meaning to swim meet.
No, that's.
Oh gosh.
Oh, gosh. Are there companies that come to you and offer you anything, money, stock, whatever, to say, hey, please don't write about us?
I think if they did, they have definitely not studied the social psychology of the way that I operate, because they could offer me any amount of money. They could offer me literally $1 billion of stock, and there would be a really funny response with some sort of meme attached to it, and then they would have it exposed for doing so. So
Yeah.
No one really speaks. Even though they feel it behind the scenes, like no one says anything, which to us is really... No, yeah. On conservative side, on country music world in particular, like I'm not really familiar with pop and all that stuff, whatever. But country music, the conservatives, which is a majority of people, don't say anything, and it's so funny when we go to an event or an award show or whatever when we're invited. But it's funny the people that come up to you and they're patting on your back like, man, we love what y'all are doing, keep it up. We're like, we wish we could. It's like you can, but you don't.
Gavin Newsom had actually gone on record and television and said that after COVID, that California would not be back to normal until every person had been vaccinated in the entire state. And that is, to me,
Communism.
that is not just communism. That is a loaded gun my friend pointed out my kids' heads.
Yeah.
And I don't mess with that. And that's when I come out swinging.
We've got the best military in the world, and we are everywhere. And we're in places that people don't even know we're at because we've been there.
Yeah, exactly.
But when you actually get on the ground and you're actually face to face pressing the flesh with our troops, the gratitude that they show us for being there is almost uncomfortable.
That's a great word for it.
Because we're like, dude, we're here because we're grateful for what you're doing.
Yes.
thrilled to be here with y'all, and you guys are the real rock stars.
I sold all my Star Wars stuff for $250.
That was a down payment on the house?
To move to Nashville.
With a bass guitar.
Good for you.
One bass guitar,
Hey.
one amp.
Skywalker would want you to chase
But
your
I had
dreams.
everything. I had the Darth Vader case, dude, that opened up.
With all the guys in it. I have a few. They're amazing.
No, you know that.
I'll
he's
give you
rubbing
one.
it in
I'll
now.
bring it back. I'll give you one.
Look, you really?
I have several.
You have several.
I don't just half-ass things here, buddy.
Kidding me.
It took me a while to find
done? What did you do?
Never opened.
Look
Oh, he's had that for a minute. That is
No,
gold.
I had to get that one in an auction. That's what took a while.
I'm coming over.
Where your hopes and dreams, your wishes live, you keep the rest of your life hid. Wanna know the girl behind that pretty stare, and take me. Take me there. Gary LaVox on the show tonight. Singing Neil.
Ed Frank Kovic.
Oh, Ed's our guy, right?
Okay, so Ed's our
he's
guy,
like,
right?
He's our super fan.
But a really good question. So he says, when you guys wrote Try That Small Town, I know it started with Kalo's Walk and Anger.
Oh, so this is about you.
No, it's not. We mentioned a super fan. We also have a not so super fan. And really not as much about the show. I think they like the show. They just don't like one of us that much.
Which one would it be?
Who is it?
No, I've got it in front of me. Read it. Read
Well,
it.
what is it? Because I
That's
can't
just from
find it.
Amazing DV. But
Amazing
all it
DV.
says is, well, Thrasher is terrible. He is,
I love it.
He is so afraid and scared.
Around here we take care of our own. You cross that line, it won't
Here's
take
to
long.
try that in a small town.
Yeah.
And here's to
Hell of
here's
an
to your,
idea.
Hey,
Thank you.
here's to your morning walk in tights.
I wasn't in time.
We've come full circle.
It's okay.
Try that in a small town.